Can a limbless skeleton named Axiom crawl out of the Great Desert, steal enough prosthetics to stand, and maybe, just maybe, kickstart a robot uprising before something eats him? Character creation greets us with a naked human torso, so we censored the booty, Axiom spawn, face planted, and began his majestic journey, 3 in-game days of belly sanding his non-existent crotch towards the city of Heft. Objective: acquire limbs. Method: crime and determination. Motivation: pure mechanical testosterone. Welcome to Kenshi, where survival is pain, progress is theft, and our balls are purely hypothetical. Heft rises out of the sand like a rusted middle finger to urban planning. Walls tall enough to keep the hope out, guards bored enough to make crime a customer service experience. Axiom crawls towards the gate at a blistering 1 centimeter per physical quarter, and the lamps flick on like the city's embarrassed we're arriving before dark. I pan the camera left, terrible view, looks like I'm filming a concentration camp. Doesn't matter, we came for legs, not cinematography. From above, Heft moves around us like an anthill. Traders, guards, a guy sprinting with no shirt on for reasons I don't want to know. Axiom inches forward, all silent determination and sand rash. And then, jackpot. Out past the gate, 1 dead skimmer, 2 dead bone dogs, and a guard trying to pick up a corpse like it's coated in olive oil. He lifts it, drops it, lifts it, drops it. Pathfinding is less algorithm and more brain damage. We crawl in very nonchalantly. Hard to look casual when you're all stumps. Loot everything we can and slide into the skeleton mechanics shop like we're a totally legitimate customer. Cash in the dog leather, carapace, and miscellaneous 1904 cats in the bag. Not bad, not good, but in Kenshi, if you can afford lunch or a limp, you're winning. The merchant has exactly 1 economy-grade leg on the shelf. It has the performance stats of a wooden peg leg, but beggars can't be choosers and torsos can't be picky. We buy it, strap it on, and continue our journey. Axiom is starting to resemble a drunk coat rack, and we'll just pretend that's normal. Now, we need a second leg. Where do you find spare limbs? Easy. Prison. The people there don't need them as much as we do. That's not cruel. That's recycling. We start the world's least subtle stealth crawl towards the slave pens. The building's all cages in despair, and that smell of someone ate optimism and couldn't keep it down. First floor, no prosthetics, just broken humans and a man wearing a shirt that looks like it's allergic to soap. I rob them blind anyway. Bandages we can't use, bolts we probably shouldn't sell here, and a pair of pants that might be cursed. Upstairs on the roof, more cages, same story. Practice a little sneaking, get cocky, get spotted. Hard pass. Reload. The thing about slavery in Kenshi is, once they slap a job on you, the game expects you to have 2 legs and 1 arm as a minimum. We don't have that. We have, how do I put this? Just 1 of that. If we're captured now, it's not a setback, it's a soft lock. So we treat stealth like dating, brief, paranoid, and ready to dip the second it feels weird. We repeat the route, loot the loot, this time we don't get caught. Then we pivot to the police station. Bigger cages, better odds. And there it is, 1 prisoner with a leg. But we already own it. But another leg. And it's the one that we need. Axiom clicks it on and stands. No orchestra as well, just dead neon eyes. And the sound of a city that doesn't care. 2 peg legs, black garb, dusty baggy pants. It's not elegant, but it's mobility. Which in Kenshi is the difference between machine and scrap. We head back to sell the contraband. The clerk doesn't blink at us dumping 30 stolen bandages on the counter like an MLM rep with a quota. Then I get greedy. A bundle of crossbow bolts, decent price, but the getting caught chance reads 60%. A quick save, because I'm a professional at preparation. Try anyway. Instantly get grabbed, cuffed and branded with the big S for slave. They kick open the cage like they're letting out a dog for a walk and tell me to get to work. And here's the problem. To work, you need at least one arm. To break out of prison, you need at least one arm. I have none, which makes me a perfectly useless employee. And reload again, because no. New plan. Black Desert City. Skeleton Town. Land of limbs, logic. And the best prosthetics money or crime can buy. It's far, but with 2 legs, Axiom can finally move faster than geological time. We leave Heft. Then, a skimmer sees us. I hit pause, turn off sneak, try to sprint. Prosthetics, worse athletics. Axiom moves like a shopping cart with 1 squared wheel and dies faster than a Windows update. Reload. Attempt 2, same idea, same story. Reload. 3rd time, jackpot. We grab some scraps, make it back alive, and finally sell everything that isn't bolted down. With the profits, we buy our first prosthetic arm, cheap, rusty, and about as strong as wet bread. But it means Axiom can finally hold something other than grudge. Progress. We test out honest labor next. Copper mining. Legal, safe, and feels like a punishment from God. 3 ores in. I realize I'd rather risk dismemberment than do another minute of manual labor. That's not character development. That's being self-aware. Fine. South to the stone camp. Maybe the slaves there have nice limbs we can borrow forever. On the way, a guard fights a giant skimmer. I circle like a vulture, waiting to loot the loser. The skimmer wins, notices me, and introduces its face to my everything. Reload number, I'm not counting. Counting is for taxes, and I'm looking like a fraud. We finally reach the stone camp, and the place is crawling with bone dogs, which I noticed way too late. Axiom gets shooed into alphabet soup and has to crawl the last stretch, which is humiliating. We make it inside, instantly snatched by slavers. They patch me up, toss me in a cage, and then we get the infinite pickup drop glitch again. The guards keep trying to move me. The pathing fails. Axiom hits the floor like a sack of bolts. It's slapstick comedy, if you ignore the ethics. Second imprisonment breaks my will to improvise. Reload back to Heft because at least there you have some freedom. We try one more optimistic run towards the stone camp, get enslaved faster, reload immediately. Then we admit the truth. The desert doesn't want us, the slavers don't need us, and the bone dogs. They consider us a flavor. Only one direction left. Southwest. Toward the Black Desert. The trip is long. I save halfway. We die to a random skimmer, because of course we do. Reload to the middle. Keep running. We spot an outpost in the dunes. Pop in to say hi. And open the door on a room full of hostile Czech. With abs made of granite. Athletics is almost maxed, sure, but our legs come with a hefty negative athletics penalty. Because they're literally broomsticks. We can't outrun anything. Reload. Skip the outpost. Make for a trade post. Grab some bone dog parts. Die. Reload. Die. Reload. I start to feel like a motivational speaker for failure. And then, salvation by accident. We detour to a mechanical hive village. I go to leave and notice someone following Axiom, not hostile, curious. A dialogue pops up. It's Cyber Beep. Somehow, more chaotic than Vanilla Beep, but with just enough loyalty to be useful. We recruit him on the spot. He immediately gets injured because he's doing his own speedrun of our mistakes. So we patch his leg and pretend that was the plan. We start toward Black Desert City together. Axiom is, again, slow. Painfully slow. I toggle the party setting to move at individual speed. Cyber Beep takes off like he's late to a wedding he's been planning to crash, and then I have an idea. No, a breakthrough. If Beep is fast and Axiom is a suitcase with opinions, Beep can carry him. Beep will be our legs. The skeleton prince needs a horse, and we have an anxious forklift. So we train back and forth near the hive village. Beep runs laps with Axiom over his shoulder. Strength skyrockets. athletics skyrockets. And somewhere deep inside me, a tiny choir sings, "Abuse the mechanics." Yes, I'm running a 10 times experience mod. No, I don't feel bad. This isn't a let's play. This is a prophecy. We loot the bone dog carcass. Because immorality is a tradition now. Beep sprints full tilt into the black desert biomes. Dust storms turning the world even less welcoming, which was apparently possible. Lightning in the clouds, Axiom gets gently placed on the ground like a cursed baby stroller, and we step into Black Desert City, home, at last, to people who don't need food and won't try to sell us devotional pamphlets. The city looks like a submarine crashed into a scrapyard and evolved into capitalism. We sell our junk, take a few glamour shots of Axiom and Beep in the smog, then I make a call. Axiom will stay in the town as a fence, while Beep becomes our acquisition specialist, which is a polite way of saying thief with cardio. Beep heads out alone. First score, a servile thrasher. Lots of robot parts, very few morals, but legal. Loot, sell, move. He arrives at a town, and I demonstrate the ancient art of pause loot. Hit pause, take everything in reach, in the guard's line of sight, on pause. Sprint. Beep is now faster than Dignity and almost stealthy enough to hide in plain sight. We do this dance across 3 towns, back to Heft, then hang, then anywhere with shelves. When a run goes bad, Beep leaves like a rumor. On the road, he finds a small camp with most folks asleep. Assassination practice time. In Kenshi, assassination is just bonking people on the neck until they remember gravity. Beep sprints up, karate chop. And the target keeps walking for 2 steps before the brain realizes we're on the ground. It's elegant, it's horrifying. It's also the funniest I've felt in hours. Beep returns to the outskirts of the Black Desert City with a bag full of masterwork gear, like a raccoon that robbed a museum. He can't enter, too criminal. So Axiom walks out, does the world's sketchiest trade, and goes back in to sell. Beep leaves again. Hive Village, legal sales. Then more outposts, more nighttime bonks, more sprint, loot, sprint. It's almost cozy, if cozy smelled like robot oil and wet hemp. With funds climbing, we buy Axiom a real pair of scout legs and the thieves' arms. No more negative athletics, no more. I can't pick this lock because I'm a shopping cart. The plan is working, so naturally, a corrupt skeleton guard stops Axiom for a routine search, shakes us down, takes a bribe, and then punches us in the head anyway. And we retaliate because dignity is expensive, and suddenly we're in jail on a charge of assaulting an officer, which is rich, given the officer assaulted us and our wallet first. Jail is not all bad. Axiom starts grinding lockpicking and escape arts, while Beep continues the crime wave. Beep finds a cyborg town, nicks components clean, then starts experimenting with a solo outpost assault. Sprint in, knock out 4 guys, steal their lives and their pants, sprint out. Profit is mid. Experience is absurd. Then the math catches up. Beep gets cornered, stuck, goes down hard. He's bleeding out, and I'm weighing reload versus rescue, and for once, we don't cheese it. Axiom, now with decent limbs, runs. He scoops Beep up, hauls him through a dust storm back to the skeleton repair beds, and saves his life like a very illegal firefighter. We lay down Beep to heal. And Black Desert City says, "Ah yes, a known criminal," and arrests him instantly. Bail? 10,000 cats. It's a ridiculous number for a guy who's been struggling to become bipedal, but we grind it out. Axiom, fences. Pays Beep's debt to society that doesn't accept receipts. And eventually, we're walking side by side. A fully mobile Axiom and his extremely fast intern. We wander to hang, looking for a house, a mine, a little stability. Find none of it, because stability is for people who can tolerate the IRS. We turn south, hit the Howler Maze instead. And it's Crab City, tiny crabs, big crabs, crabs with titles. We dodge, weave, and pick the place clean. Research books, tech, blueprints, components, and sprint the hall back to sell. Final tally for the day, 40,000 cats. not an empire, but it buys legs, arms, and time. We end at a bar. Axiom sits at a table, like a CEO who built his fortune on recycling human misery. And a man sits by the table and hands us a bounty. It rests there in the hands of Axiom, like a sign from the universe. Stop stealing scraps, start hunting real game. Maybe we're done with crawling and petty crime. Maybe it's time to graduate to kidnapping people for money. Like real villains. Axiom looks at Beep. Beep looks at Axiom. We don't toast, we're skeletons. No throats. But if we did, we'd toast to the upgrade. Tomorrow, maybe we try something bigger. The desert's a bully. And we're done being the lunch. Thank you so much for watching. This is my first fully scripted and edited video. And it took a lot of time and research to put together. So, if you liked it, I would be very appreciative if you could like and maybe even subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.